Celtics fans, Marcus Smart is the NBA Defensive Player of the Year. So before we jump into today's show, let's show respect to the DPOY. Spam36 down in the comments. And our producer, Coop, actually knows Marcus Smart. So he's fired up about this one. Type 36 down below to show some love to Marcus Smart. Welcome into Celtics Today by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. Appreciate everybody for tuning into today's show. Marcus Smart has won NBA Defensive Player of the Year, so let's start there here on today's video as the longtime defensive stud finally was a finalist for the award, and he actually has won the award this year, edging out a pair of other candidates that we'll break down in a second. It's certainly worthy candidate because the Celtics are one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. Marcus Smart is a big reason for that, not just with his literal defensive prowess, but just his work ethic, his dog mentality, getting the 50-50 balls, setting the tone from an emotional standpoint. He is the heart and soul of this Celtics basketball team, and he is certainly worthy of winning this award. I'm happy for him. I know you guys are happy as well. Type 36 if you're fired up for Marcus Smart winning this award. Now, he was able to edge out a couple of worthy candidates, Rudy Gobert, who won the award last year, and then Mikal Bridges from the Phoenix Suns as well. By the way, Marcus Smart, the first guard to win the award in a very, very long time. As usually it's either a center or a kind of a wing type of guy that guards multiple positions, but certainly Marcus Smart does as well. He guards point guard, shooting guards. He can kind of switch and hold his own on bigs just due to his tenacity. You kind of look at the defensive stats for Smart this year. In 32 minutes per game, almost 2 steals, just over a quarter of a block. His win share, I think that really kind of illustrates how valuable he was to this team this year. 5.6. So basically his presence created 5.6 wins this year. That is a career high for Marcus Smart. Really great story. When he came out of college at Oklahoma State, I think, we thought this could be one of these 20, 25-point scorers in the NBA. He's never really been that, but what he has been is one of the best defensive guards in the NBA, and he's worthy and deserving of this award. This is a basketball team that turned a corner this year. He has been the energy of this team. There were some critics when the Celtics gave him that long extension this past offseason, paid him a lot of money. Even I was fairly critical. I thought it might have been an overpay. I was wrong. You've got the best defensive guard in the NBA, and for this year, the best defensive player in the NBA. Congratulations to Marcus Smart as he won this award, and of course has the Celtics in a nice spot in the NBA playoffs after that great pass to Jayson Tatum in Game 1. Now, the Coach of the Year finalists are out as well. Ime Udoka, not one of them, which a little bit of a surprise. I think there were a lot of good candidates this year. Taylor Jenkins, Erik Spoelstra, and also Monty Williams, your finalists. I think Udoka could have been in there. I think Jason Kidd and a couple of others. But what Udoka did this year, guys, things were starting to kind of trend not great with Brad Stevens at the helm as the head coach. So they moved him to the front office. They hire a first-time head coach, and Boston ends up with the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, an Eastern Conference that is much improved this year. So I think he would have been worthy of winning this award, but I think he's probably more focused on the playoffs and more happy that his guy, Marcus Smart, won DPOY. So I think he'll be fine, but, selfishly, I would have liked to see Udoka be in the mix to win Coach of the Year. What do you guys think? Should Ime Udoka have been a finalist for Coach of the Year? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get your votes in, and hey, at least Marcus Smart won Defensive Player of the Year. Now, coming up here in just a few moments, Robert Williams, could he be returning sooner than we thought? We'll explore that, plus take a look at Game 2, some keys to victory for the Celtics after an epic Game 1 performance. But man, we got to talk about that fraud Kyrie Irving. I combined fraud and Kyrie into fried. The guy was throwing up the bird multiple times in Game 1, including the double birds here. I don't know. Did he really think he was going to sneakily get by the 20,000 fans and all the cameras by just kind of tucking it behind his head there? That was not going to happen. Well, at the end of the day, he got exposed because Jayson Tatum caught that pass, spun around him, and laid it in. to win Game 1, and then Kyrie was crying after the game about Celtics fans calling him names. Well, yeah, they're going to call you names because you kind of bailed on the Celtics and decided to just kind of pack it in after they went all in to bring you to Boston. But the Celtics are better off without him, and I will say, Kyrie played well in Game 1, not well enough to win it at the end of the day. And he got fined $50,000, so type LOL in the comment section. Kyrie, we'll see ya. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite Celtics fans. But you know what? We're laughing for today. Get the LOLs flowing right now. We'll get to that injury update on Robert Williams in a second. But first, take a moment and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow. We have a few other NBA channels here at Chat Sports, and not going to lie, Celtics today, not quite to the level of those, so it's up to you guys to change that narrative. Let's get to 9,000 subs as soon as possible. If you want more than the 2 to 3 videos per week that we're giving you guys, got to subscribe, need to justify it. It's a very simple system here at Chat Sports. More subscribers, more videos, that's how this works, so subscribe today if you want us to bring you more content. Okay, Celtics versus Nets injury updates. Well, we mentioned Robert Williams. Could he return sooner than we think? Well, here's the latest around the Celtics big. He was seen at practice the other day. He's on track to return soon as long as there's no setbacks. And some reports, some chatter that he could return even in this series if it goes, say, beyond 5 games. Maybe he could come back for a Game 6 or something like that, whereas going into the series, the expectation was he'll return in the second round if the Celtics were to win this best of 7. The latest on Ben Simmons, the report was maybe he's going to return for Game 4 or 5 or 6 in this series. Obviously, he did not play at all in the regular season after that, kind of back and forth with Philadelphia. Has been dealing with a back issue as well. We'll see if he returns for Brooklyn at some point. They could certainly use his size as the Celtics dominated the glass in Game number 1. You want to go bet on Game number 2, do it with BetUS, our sportsbook partner, chatsports.com/bet. That is the link to go sign up and create an account. And then with that initial deposit, however much you put in, $50, $100, use our promo code chat125. They'll match you and give you an additional 25%. So you put down $100, get the 125% deposit bonus. You get an extra $125 in your account to go bet on some other games. Plus, go bet on who's going to win the Eastern Conference. Bucks leading the way with plus 275 odds. Brooklyn at plus 325. Miami plus 450 along with Boston at plus 450. I think the Celtics at plus 450. Pretty good odds considering they're already up 1-0 on Brooklyn. And the 76ers sitting there at plus 500. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code is chat125. All right, let's take a quick preview at game number 2. And like I said, go bet on the game with BetUS. Some keys to victory before we sign off. I think key number 1, something that worked well in Game 1, is continue to challenge Kevin Durant. Make it hard on him. Look, he's still going to score 25-plus every night, but if he's inefficient like he was in Game 1, then that's something you'll be happy with. He only went for 23 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds, shot less than 38% from the floor. I think he'll play better than that more often than not. But even if he's not, if he's 45% or less from the field, that's a win because this is a guy throughout his career that's around 50%. So I thought the Celtics did a good job of making it hard on him in Game 1. Certainly he missed some shots he would normally make, but continue to challenge him and try to frustrate him. Take over, Tatum. Jayson Tatum, be that alpha male, be that dog, be that number 3 pick that people think you can be. Had a 30-piece in Game 1. Continue to do that. If you need to go for 40 or 50, do it. You've proven you can do it in the past. Obviously had that game winner. And then attack Kyrie when the Celtics have the ball. What I mean is when the Nets are on defense, find Kyrie and attack him because as special as he is as an offensive player, and he had 39 points in Game 1, he is abysmal defensively. The Celtics' defensive rating when he is on the floor is one of the worst in NBA history, so go after him. He cannot stop a backup, kind of G League type of guard, much less, a Jaylen Brown or even a Marcus Smart. So find the weakness, attack it, and continue to score 150, 120 points. You're going to be in a good spot with how this team is playing defensively. So expose that weakness for Brooklyn, and that is Kyrie Irving on defense. All right, so there you have it. Who's going to win Game 2? Those are my 3 keys to victory for Boston. Type C for the Celtics. Type N for the Nets. We'll see you next time here on Boston Celtics Today.